Hi from Mariana. Wow, Women of Worth. What a beautiful day here from Milan. I'm connecting today with Vanessa. Good morning, Vanessa. Where are you from now?
Good morning, Mariana. I'm from Birmingham in the UK, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting chat, I'm sure. For who doesn't know me, I am Mariana. I am the founder of Wow Women of Worth, which is a marketing agency that is supporting women in business with a marketing approach. And we are celebrating our third edition of our Walk the Talk Festival. What is that? It's a festival that is celebrating women in business and creating collaborations and why not business opportunities. It was born during pandemic in 2021, and here we are with. Actually, I forgot my thing for my theme, which is I am.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, it looks too shiny for the morning, I know, but this is special piece, which has been becoming the symbol of our Walk the Talk theme, which is I am human. So I'm very, very excited to talk about Vanessa, because actually what was with her is a very deep connection, something that maybe we are revealing to you later on. But it's all about connections. So that's why the heart is our symbol for this campaign. Why is so important? This theme is important to us because, first of all, we're living the era where technology and artificial intelligence is out there to help us to perform, which is great. The thing is that we are becoming automated in a way. It looks like we have to be automated, which is frustrating people, and especially women that wants to be on top of the game all the time. And this is instead the time to stop and being in connection with ourselves, with the reminder that we are human. We need to stop the fact that the technology is okay to be performing in a specific way. The being human is instead the way how we are connecting ourselves, allowing our emotions for us to connect, and that is the really way how to sustain this world. We are becoming like machines. Everybody is individual in their own box. We knock connection, and we are losing actually the human touch. So that's why what we are doing during our festival is interviewing, chatting with women in business, having their view about this topic, and actually spread what is their human element to make a more connected world. So here we are, Vanessa. So let's introduce yourself a little bit. Let us understand what you do on a daily basis.
Okay, so I am a confidence coach. I specialise in helping women in business, femalepreneurs, mompreneurs, women who have their own businesses, want to set up their own businesses, who may be grappling with confidence, maybe grappling with low self-esteem, and they are women of purpose. They know where they want to go. They know where they want to, the journey they want to go on, but maybe they don't have the clarity on where they are starting now, which as a consequence can lead to frustration, feelings of FOMO, fear of missing out, like the boat is passing them by as they're getting older and older, and they're feeling like time is running out. So I help them gain that clarity, remove that fog, and also help them, empower them to develop success action plans that helps them to get to their ideal life without the mom or female guilt.
Wow, this is amazing, really, because confidence is something that, again, is a connection with yourself. So, again, is part of this human element that we need to discover. Because what do you think? Is confidence there already in ourselves and we have to discover, or is something that we have to build on the daily basis?
Right. This is a great question because everybody always asks me that. I think there's a level of innate confidence that everybody has. Like, so when we're babies, nobody had to tell us to be confident. Nobody had to tell us to cry for food. Nobody had to tell us to cry for love. We had the confidence to do that. But the confidence that you need to go out of your comfort zone, the confidence that you need to go to the next level, where you have to go into what I call the growth zone to transform and to do something new, that's a whole different type of confidence that you're not born with. So you can build that confidence by actually taking courageous steps to do something new, to build your capability. You then get that capability confidence loop. So the more you do, the more evidence you give your brain of actually achieving something, that then gives you the confidence to give you the momentum to take the next steps and go forward. So confidence is like a muscle that you can build. And confidence can also be situational. So you could be somebody who's brilliant on stage, loves the limelight, loves to be in front of everybody. But then when you come down off stage and then talking to somebody in a small group, you might be quite introverted, because confidence shows up in different ways for different people. But I believe, and I know because looking at research, you can build confidence in different areas, in areas that you want to go in and become better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, anyway, sometimes we get confused between confidence and competence. People
Yes.
that they think that they need to build the competence in order to be confident, but sometimes it's not leading that. Is what is the trick? What's happening in our mindset when we are not able to get that? What's happening to us when we are not confident enough
Right.
at thinking that we need to build confidence? Yeah.
Right. So sometimes with some people, they get all the accolades, they get all the letters after their name, they keep on going for each achievement, each degree, going for a PhD, and they still don't feel confident. So what's going on there? That is not a confidence issue. That is a self-esteem issue. And that's
Oh.
probably what's going on. And what my problem that I had when I was growing up, when I reached my rock bottom, was that I was confusing the two. And I was like, oh, I've got to do more. I've got to get more people, and looking for that external validation to make me feel better about myself. But actually, it was my feeling about my own self-worth. And if your feeling about your self-worth is that you're not good enough, you're not great enough, you can't do it, nobody can make you feel confident, right? So you can have confidence in your skills, but if you don't have a feeling of self-worth, no amount of getting all the accolades is going to make you feel better about yourself. So that is not a confidence issue. That is a self-worth and self-esteem issue. So when those two things get confused, that's when somebody might think, oh, I'm not confident. No, you're confident, but your self-esteem, you believe it's taken a hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there is a self-esteem, worth, self-confidence. There are so many layers that is making you comfortable to be out there and create connections. So, what is then your experience in terms of the journey that a person should embark for them to feel they are in a comfort zone, in the sense they are confident with themselves and able to build relationships?
Right. Okay. So I believe it starts with self-love. And I know a lot of people be rolling their eyes now and going, oh, she's going to go and talk about woo-woo. But I think it is incredibly important. You have to start with self-belief, self-compassion, and self-love. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you expect someone else to love you or have a relationship with you? If you have a bad relationship with yourself, that energy gets transferred into every relationship, whether it's personal or professional. And people might not be able to put a finger on what is going on, but they can feel that energy. So it starts with loving yourself. It starts with feeling good about yourself and seeing the truth from the lies, because a lot of the time, depending on our background, we have been brought up with values, beliefs that might not be true, but we hold them to be true. So we walk that path because that's our background, that's our conditioning. And I'm not saying that throw all of that away, because there's a lot that you can take from that and have as your values and your core values. But whatever is not serving you, whatever is holding you down, people may need a help or guidance from a coach to help them work out what exactly is driving them and what are their true values and core beliefs. But if it's not serving you, if it's making you beat yourself up, then it might be time to look at, how do I get something that makes me feel better about myself? How can I tell my internal self, this is my new value, this is my new belief, and we're going to go towards that? Because then, starting with a more empowering self-belief, an empowering mantra about yourself, then you're going to show up better when you're having relationships with other people. So it all starts with self.
Yeah, I also think sometimes what is putting down people is the fact that they're feeling that they are not confident enough, and they are. It's hard for them to admit to themselves first and actually talking to someone else about it. So they are becoming even more self-doubting themselves, and it's going to be a damage for them, because they will never show up, they will never come out from their zone. So how can be the trigger, so the human element that you said are you using with your expertise for you to connect with them and make sure that they are able to ease them up?
Right. So I think with a lot of people I coach, I say authenticity is key here. If you cannot be yourself, if you're finding that you're constantly putting yourself down or trying to fit into a different area that's making you feel like your energy is falling, or you're being drained, you're not in the right place, or you're not in a place where people actually value what you are and what you can do. So you need to find those environments, because we are the sum of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So if you're in an environment where you are surrounded by people who can't serve you and you can't serve them, it might be an idea to look at, well, how do you set boundaries with those people, especially if they're family members and you love them and you don't want to leave them. Maybe it's setting those boundaries to make sure that they know where you stand, or looking at how you can have groups of people that can support you, because that's another way you can not escape, but you can go to those areas where people can support you. And then about being authentic. And it is courageous. I know it's scary. I know it's scary to take those steps to go forward. But if you just take the one step, it doesn't have to be a massive step. It can be a micro step in the direction you want to go in. And then once you've taken that courageous step, then that will build a bit of confidence to say, I actually can do it. Because confidence doesn't just come without action. You have to do the action. You have to push through and do the action. The action then gives you the evidence. The evidence then gives you the capability and the confidence to go forward. So I would never suggest to anybody, oh, it's all about leaps and bounds, and if you don't do leaps and bounds, then forget it. It's take those steps, because progress is progress, even if it's a micro step.
Yeah, because as you said, to come to step up, from where they are, and if they have no confidence, is very hard. So what is the way how you instead help them? So what is your human element? Going back to our theme, I am human. What is your human element you think is your precious asset that you want to give to the world and helping these women to get their confidence?
Well, there is a phrase that I use for people that, I was a perfectionist, and it beat me down, because it's in a futile aim. It's futile. I think the journey towards excellence is brilliant, but the phrase I use for people is progress over perfection, because perfection is poverty. And if you know that and you believe that, it helps you to say, right, okay, let me at least just take one step and not do that. And being yourself, because being yourself and being authentic helps you to be more human. It helps you to feel connected, and you will start to attract those people towards you that can see who you really are, because people know energy matches energy. And if people think, oh, you're being fake, they might not be able to put their finger on it, but they will know it. Whereas if you're being yourself, being authentic, willing to be connected, you're feeling more human. So for me, it's all about authenticity, connection, and being yourself.
Wow. this is powerful indeed, because even there, nowadays, especially in the era of social media, everybody talks about authenticity, but there is really still a lot of filter.
Yeah.
So, and again, that was great during the pandemic because it helped us to be connected, because again, the human element is within us. So pandemic was obliging us to be at home, and we were dying inside of us because we need the connection. And fun enough, now we are all out there and we are losing connection with ourselves. So this is very tricky situation. So being balanced, again, that is really the key. Being out there, in the meantime, going back home and be connected with yourself. I'm saying this because, going back to your point about authenticity, instead, during with social media, everybody talks about authenticity, but there is unfortunately, especially for people with a lot of followers, the body shame, any kind of harassment that you are victim of. And how can you be really authentic unless you have the circle, which is the in-person relationships? So authenticity in social media, to me, is very hard to achieve, especially when you are out there and people, you are at their mercy. They can treat you, even, someone with a fake name, it can attack you.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you are authentic, but someone is attacking you, and you say, "Oh my God, they don't like me," and you start changing in the virtual world
Yeah.
who you really are.
Yeah.
So, what is the impact you reckon we are going to end up if we continue like this from a human point of view?
Right. So that breaks my heart when I see certain people who like freedom warriors or whatever, and they're speaking their mind and they get taken down or cancelled or whatever. Yes, there are a lot of people who deserve to be cancelled because some of the things they're saying are not right, or they're hateful or whatever. But there are some people who are just speaking their truth and they get taken down. And I think that's a shame, because I think, hopefully most of the people online can be adult enough to take somebody's viewpoint and agree to disagree. I think that's what a lot of people should be able to do. However, that's not the state of play of where we are at the moment. For me, I have an an accountability group, and we all support each other, and we come to that and say, "Oh, this happened, that happened," and we share and we say, "How do we handle this? This person was attacking me." This, and we come up with plans of action of how to do that. And some people say, "You know what? You don't have to respond if you don't want to. You are not obliged to respond to somebody who is attacking you. Or if you want to respond, you can say, 'You're welcome to your opinion. You don't need to put it on my page. You can do it on your page, and respectfully, I peace and love to you,' and then that's it, and leave it there. Because if you get into a war with people, it hurts your energy, and they're just looking to be fed because there's something lacking in them. People who attack other people, they're not necessarily attacking that person because they're attacking that person. It's because you may have, or somebody may have held up a mirror to something that is lacking in them, or held up a mirror to something that hurts them. So then they have to then attack in order to feel better about themselves. I truly believe that. And it's borne out with some of the conversations I've had with my accountability group, who are all coaches. And so I believe that it's not about muting yourself. Obviously, being respectful it goes a long way. But I don't think you have to morph and change based on what somebody else says. Like, so for example, if my shade of lipstick is not what somebody comes, "I don't like your shade of lipstick," or "I don't like your earrings," or I don't like your hair," or "I don't like," or "Why do you do your hair like that? Why don't you do it more like this? Why don't you straighten it? Why don't you do?" I'm like, well, that is your opinion. But this is on my head. And I choose what I'm going to do with it. So you see what I mean? If you want to dye your hair, or cut your hair, or shave your head, or do whatever, or you want to wear red, there's always going to be someone who's going to take offense to that. So you can't please. My mum said to me a long time ago, and I take this, you cannot please all of the people all of the time. You just can't. So the best thing to do is to be yourself. Because if you're not going to be yourself, the people who were attracted to you and need your help, they might then be put off by, oh, why are they changing? What I thought that that's who they were. So you've got to look at who are you showing up for? What legacy do you want to leave? And then that's what should guide you, because you're always going to get people who are going to attack you.
Yeah. It's good to have an opinion that is maybe putting you, sometimes you don't see things, and their point of view can be realized, but it's not the truth. Is their truth or is their opinion? Okay, we want to have a conversation about it with respect, to say, but this is my space, so you are welcome to share your thoughts, but not attacking me that you need to put me down or kill my thoughts, my thinking, or the way how I'm doing things, because okay, I'm doing this way, you're doing differently, or you thinking is working in a different way, but why don't you do that your way then? Why are you attacking me?
This is it. They have their page that they can do. I mean, I've had people go on a post of mine that I didn't think was particularly controversial, and they put a post and I've gone, okay, fair enough, and then they've posted it again and again. I'm like, we got it the first time. We understood the first time you posted it, and someone else said it to them, said, hey mate, we understood the first time, and then that was that. Because sometimes your followers will do the work for you as well. If they see someone attacking you, they might get in there and go, hang on a second, XYZ. So I think decency and respect go a long way, and kindness is my character strength, and it is not a weakness. It is definitely a strength, and it takes less energy to be kind than to be mean and to be vile. So much less energy.
Absolutely. So what do you think instead is the missing human element, or something that you think you should work towards for you to feel more human, in the sense that more complete and more balanced with yourself?
Okay, I think yes. So I think for me, it's always the time that I spend with my friends and family. I do spend a lot of time with family, but sometimes my friendships, I don't have enough time to put the energy in there. So I try time blocking, and I try, putting in that. So I need to be more focused on making sure that I put those times in for time for myself, because self-care is not selfish. It's absolutely vital. And I find that whenever those things slip, then I feel a little less connected and less human, because I haven't had that fun. Fun is one of my values, and it's really important, decency and respect, all of those are values too, but fun is a massive value of mine. And I find that if I'm not feeding my values, whichever value I'm not feeding, then I feel less human, because it's important to me. It's intrinsically me. So if I'm not having that, I'm feeling less human. So that is something I have to be mindful of, to make sure I keep those connections, my friendship connections, my family connections, because it's important to not just be all about work.
Yeah, and I can't see you without smiling, so it's not good. You see?
Yeah.
Good. It's bad missing opportunity to have this vibration. So in one word, what is your intention for 2024? If you can work around one word, what would it be?
My one word for 2024 is elevate. So elevate to step up my standards, elevate to go to the next level, so that I can show up even more for myself, for my family, and for my clients and my community. Because last year it was about momentum, getting into momentum, and now I'm building on that momentum to say, right, now let me elevate. So that is my word for the year.
Wow, fantastic. So I know you are doing something very soon for women. So let me know about it. Let's share.
Yes, on Saturday, the 9th of March, so this Saturday coming up, me and my business partner, Avi Kaur, are going to be delivering Elegant Eloquence. It's a masterclass in confident speaking for women, and it's taking place in Birmingham, UK, in Brindley Place. And anybody who feels like they fear judgment when they go up and speak in public. And it's not just about speaking on stage. It might be speaking in community, in your family, or in anywhere where you need to speak publicly, and you fear being judged, or maybe you feel the pressures of societal pressures or cultural problems, or you might feel like perhaps imposter syndrome is raising its head and you're not feeling good enough, and feel like even though you are a capable woman, but you don't feel like your voice is being heard. So, or you don't feel like you don't have that authority voice in order to get the impact that you want. So me and my business partner, we're helping women break down what is confidence in speaking, what are the key things in imposter syndrome, to give them tools and techniques to help them overcome that. They'll also be able to network with other business women and other female entrepreneurs to get that connection with other like-minded women. And we're also including lunch on the day as well, so that people can network, and also having other workshops on confidence as well. So we have got a special offer, so that, oh dear, always happens, doesn't it? So it costs $69.95 for a single person, but if you want to bring a mom or sister or aunt along, there's a 30% discount, and you both can come for £50 each. So I'd like to give that as an offer for the WOW people, the WOW women, and we would love to see you on Saturday the 9th of March in Birmingham. You see the QR code here. You can either scan the QR code, or you can type in bit.ly/elegant EL. So those are the details there.
What I will do, I will share this when it's posted. You will comment maybe in the box. It'll be easier for our followers to look at that, and then you can share on your LinkedIn page. So what time it starts? I missed that. Sorry, maybe you said
it starts. The registration is at 9:30 for a 10 o'clock in the morning start GMT time, and we will finish at 4 p.m. So it'll give people enough time to explore the key elements of becoming a confident speaker and doing some exercises, and then have a takeaway.
Brilliant. Okay, Honest, I will speak with you hours about confidence and how to help women to do so, because it's a part of our values as well. So hopefully I'm going to see you soon. Definitely, we were talking about being a guest in our Entrepreneurial Pulse podcast. So we are launching for the 8th of March, but we are going to start in May, having more guest speakers. So you are more than welcome to join us for that time.
Oh, thank you for the invite.
Absolutely. Okay, Vanessa, thank you very much for that. It was lovely talking to you, and I really can feel your heartbeat when you speak, and in a fluid way, which is great. And thank you very much for sharing your knowledge, and hopefully we are inspiring more women to be confident and discover themselves, and the beauty of being connected and be ourselves. And for whom is going to follow this, we are going to go into Instagram, and we are chatting there with Vanessa. I'll see you there then. Ciao, Vanessa. See you next time.
See you. Thank you, Mariana.
Pleasure. Let me close this. There we are. Bye.